something. Let us finish, Secretary, then we proceed with the question of Senator Trillanes. Please always be guided to answer through the chair, the chair and the commission. Thank you.
Yes, Madam Chair. Thank you again. I confirm the receipt of the February 10, 2017 second supplemental opposition of Senator Trillanes last night at the DOJ. Relative to the foregoing, I respectfully manifest and move that I be allowed to read into the records of this Honorable Commission my February 14, 2017 letter addressed to Mr. Jose Ma Nolasco, Executive Editor of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Which article or which editorial was attached to the third opposition of the Senator. The said letter refutes point by point the February 11, 2017 editorial of the Philippine Daily Inquirer entitled Scandal at the DOJ. My motion is anchored on the fact that the second supplemental opposition of Senator Trillanes made reference to the editorial referred to above. For the sake of brevity and expediency, may I move that my letter to the Inquirer serve as my reply to the second opposition of Senator Trillanes. Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honors. Mr. Jose Maria Nolasco, Executive Editor, Philippine Daily Inquirer. Rare reply to the February 11, 2017 Philippine Daily Inquirer editorial entitled Scandal at the DOJ. Dear Sir, relative to the editorial referred to above, I, the undersigned, respectfully request that my reply to the same be published to afford me the opportunity to rectify any error or misconception raised therein. I believe that the Philippine Daily Inquirer's motto, balanced news, fearless views, likewise grants me the opportunity to present my side. Verily, I respect your fearless views, but let me balance your news. Foremost, I categorically deny that I uttered the words you attributed to me about the drug lords and criminals. It is either I have been misquoted or words have been placed in my mouth, because I distinctly remember saying that criminals, drug lords, drug pushers are not humanity. I did not say that they are not human, but you could not equate these drug pushers as humanity. In other words, these criminals cannot be equated with humanity. I can only guess at the motivation of the ones who deliberately misquoted me and of the ones who were part of reporting such untruths. Anent my alleged purported role in the disappearance of Wally Sombero, I take a very strong exception to your editorial statement that Aguirre allowed Sombero to fly to Canada for medical reasons. Foremost, the facts you reported are erroneous. I never allowed Mr. Sombero to fly to Canada or to anywhere else outside the Philippines. Sombero is the subject of a December 16, 2016 Immigration Lookout Bulletin Order, or ELBO, which I issued against him and the other personalities involved in the alleged Fontana Jaclam bribery case. A copy of the said ELBO is attached herein for your reference. A perusal of the same will readily show that there are certain duties and responsibilities that an immigration officer should perform if an individual under ELBO attempts to leave the country. It is apparent that the pronounced duty of making sure that a person subject of an ELBO is monitored lies with our immigration officers and not with the office of the undersigned. We can only act on such attempts to leave if our attention is called by the immigration officer on duty. Unfortunately, such was not done in this case. Procedurally, the only time that you can actually say that I allow the person under ELBO is when I issue an allowed departure order, or ADO. An ADO is what is issued to Senators Laila de Lima when she asked to be allowed to travel abroad several months ago. For the record, I never issued any allow departure order, ADO, to Mr. Sombero. I reiterate that the immigration officer on duty did not call our attention in violation of the ILBO. Resultantly, it is very irresponsible on your part to opine or to editorialize that I allowed Mr. Sombero to leave. Be that as it may, I wish to inform your good office that upon being informed of such incident, I immediately met the officials of the Bureau of Immigration and ordered them to conduct an investigation on the potential liability of responsible parties. As of this writing, the fact-finding report of the incident is now with the DOJ technical staff for appropriate and expedited disposition. And your claim that I have a hand in letting Mr. Jack Lam leave the country, I take a very strong exception to your very responsible and unfounded statement. At the time Mr. Lam left the country, there was no reason to bar him, as he was not charged of any crime at that time. I believe that the truth was sacrificed in the altar of sensationalism when your good office wrote his part of the editorial, and I simply cannot allow it. Earlier today, that was yesterday, upon his arrival at the airport, Mr. Wenceslao Wally Sombero cleared or absolved me of any involvement in the bribery and the corruption allegations in the Jack Lam Fontano Leisure Park case. Lastly, we come to the last of your errors. That is, I allowed the grant of privileges, that is, use of electronic gadgets, smart television sets, air conditioning units, internet cellular phones to drug convicts in exchange for their testimony against De Lima. Before I deny such statement categorically, allow me to say that I chose not to attach a copy of the memo you are referring to because you have already obtained a copy of the same in clear violation of the laws. However, do allow me to say that I am very disappointed in the Philippine Daily Inquirer. As a publication which claims to be one of the best, if not the best, broadship in the country, you cannot even distinguish whether a statement is true or pure hearsay. Hearsay is the statement of Attorney Alvin Herrera Lim, the signatory of the confidential memo, upon which you based your false accusation against me. It is not only hearsay on the part of the Senator, Madam Chair, it is also double hearsay when it was quoted by Senator Trillanes. May I go to the memorandum that was the basis of Secretary De Lima and Senator Trillanes' accusation against me. This memo for the did not reach my office until Secretary De Lima, Senator De Lima,
Please proceed.
told about the. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Told about this, the press about this, the existence of this memorandum. I have not read this when Senator De Lima announced this to the public. This to show that this is hearsay. Let us just, and I know that the lawyers in this, even non-lawyers in this committee will believe, will agree with me that these are hearsay. First, counsels for AFP Philippines and informed me that based on AFP's confidential investigation, the high-profile inmates. So, in other words, it is very clear here that the violations were not seen, personally seen by Attorney Lim. Whether it's lavish or not, they enjoy lavish lifestyle like the use of electronic gadgets. There's no proof that there were electronic gadgets, smart television sets, air conditioning units, internet, cellular phones. These are all hearsay because Attorney Lim did not see this. When press for and I continue, when press for comment, elements about PNP and Bucor invoke that they are just following express instruction of the Honorable Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre. Who are these people that they are following the instructions? They did not. It was not even presented before this committee. So how do we know? Unless they present that there is an affidavit or to that effect. It is hearsay. They said, Attorney Lim said, that this is in return for the testimony they gave during the congressional inquiry on the proliferation of illegal drugs in the New Bilibid prison. How would you know? He did not even talk to these people. So these are hearsay and will become double hearsay on the part of the senator. So, I am being begrudged that I immediately ordered the investigation within 2 hours after I learned of Senator De Lima's accusation. As I've said, since I have not read this confidential report, when I was really surprised because I never ordered anybody to allow these cell phones, etc., gadgets to the inmates, including air conditioning units.
Excuse me, Secretary. The chair declares a 1-minute suspension.